YouTube introduced a new feature recently called Shorts, and everybody's been talking about them, and the more I learn about them, the more I think that everybody's got it wrong. If you want to learn more about YouTube Shorts and how I think you might want to consider using them today, stick around. I'll show you how.
Hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell to be part of the conversation.
Shorts are a new feature that YouTube put out that's sort of set up to compete with things like TikTok. It's a vertical-based video that's a 9:16 aspect ratio, and they've even developed their own mobile camera and player that go along with this new feature. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't have access to the new Shorts camera in the mobile app itself, but YouTube has shown us how we can upload and access the Shorts feature using the regular YouTube upload functions that we're used to. The idea being that there will be a Shorts shelf or player introduced in YouTube where people can just watch these shorter YouTube segments in succession, not too different than TikTok. Now, YouTube already has a feature called Stories that allows you to upload short videos that can be accessed on its own shelf as well. But Shorts and Stories are two very different features, and let me explain why. Stories already exist in their own self-contained biosphere. If you upload a story, it's going to go into the Stories shelf. It's not going to be the kind of content that might be searchable on YouTube or might get served up by other traffic sources like Browse or Suggested, things like that. But Shorts, because you can upload them directly as you would any other piece of content, can get served in that way. People have asked questions like, can a short show up in search? Yes. Can a short show up in recommended like Suggested in Browse? Yes, it can. Can a short send out notifications like other videos would to let your audience know that you've uploaded a short? Absolutely. Can a short be monetized, and can it add views and watch time to your channel? Well, here's where it gets tricky. You might have heard the answer is no, but the answer is actually yes. Let me explain that a little better. You have to understand that on YouTube, there are two different players. There's the main player that serves videos to viewers that we're sort of all used to. The one where we scroll through Browse or Suggested or Search, the places we're used to finding content on the YouTube platform. But currently, YouTube is developing its own Shorts player that goes with the Shorts camera feature that at some point all of us will have access to in the mobile app. But we don't know when that'll be. So if you had the actual Shorts feature in the mobile app and were able to upload from your mobile device, you'd find that there's specific limitations to that. One of them being that you're limited to only 15 seconds of video. The other limitations is it doesn't have some of the functionality that a regular upload would have, like the ability to turn on monetization or the ability to add a card or an end screen. Those sort of things wouldn't be displayed in the Shorts player. But if you upload your video, as we've been told by YouTube, as an alternative, you can upload a video that's up to 60 seconds long, and by adding the hashtag Shorts into the title and or in the description, that video can show up on the Shorts shelf in the Shorts player. Does that mean your video won't be displayed any other way other than the Shorts player itself? No. What people don't understand is those videos can also show up in Search, in Recommended, Browse, and Suggested, and send out notifications just as any other video would that you would upload on a regular basis. When those videos are uploaded this way, they can actually be monetized. The other thing you have to realize is when you upload these videos the normal route is you'd want to put them in a 9:16 format, the vertical video aspect ratio that we've seen before. So if they do get served on the Shorts player, they will be in alignment with all the other content that may have been uploaded via the Shorts camera. But if you upload from your desktop or from your mobile app outside of the Shorts player, it can be found in all the same places that a regular video can be discovered. So now these videos can not only drive traffic from the Shorts feature, but it can drive traffic from all the places we're accustomed to. And I think that's something that a lot of creators aren't understanding when they talk about Shorts. So this brings up the question of, what's the better way to upload a short? How would that work into your strategy as a content creator? I've heard people say things like, don't turn on the notifications if you're going to upload a Shorts feature from your computer, or don't turn on monetization, or don't use cards and end screens. I don't agree with that. If you're uploading a short from your computer, then the Shorts tier shelf is just an additional traffic source to all the other traffic sources we're already accustomed to. People have said that the Shorts algorithm is a completely different algorithm and works independently of the other systems that already drive views and watch time from the content that we're used to uploading. It's only true if you separate Shorts as its own feature. But as we just talked about, if you upload from your desktop, these videos can be served in more places than just the Shorts shelf. And if that's true, shouldn't we optimize for all the available traffic sources that are out there? An interesting thing is if you put cards and end screens into your video and they happen to be shown on the short shelf using the shorts player, it just won't display any of the advertising or cards or end screens. So the systems sort of handle that themselves. But if that video is surfaced in another place like search or browse, it will display those things. Those videos can drive revenue, and that watch time does count towards channel monetization if that's one of the goals you're trying to reach. I've also heard people suggest that they shouldn't put shorts on their main channel because it will somehow detract from the growth of that channel. I don't know that that's necessarily true either. My position is that it always comes down to viewer behavior. If you make quality content shorts that people can watch and enjoy, as well as the longer form content that you have on your channel, I see no reason that you shouldn't put them on your main channel. Can shorts as a feature affect your channel's overall average view duration? Yeah, it can, especially if they're being surfaced in places other than the short shelf themselves. But is that something that YouTube looks at, takes seriously, and decides whether to recommend your channel or not? YouTube has been pretty clear about the fact that they say every upload is its own opportunity to connect with your target audience. So whether that's a short video or a longer video, as long as your audience is consuming it and coming back for more, I don't necessarily see an inherent problem with both existing on one channel. I've also heard people say that for a larger channel, shorts may not be the right thing. I think that any content that could potentially recommend more of your own content is a good way to funnel more traffic data and put more content in people's recent watch history so that YouTube can consider recommending more of your content to those viewers or viewers that have similar viewing habits. Because shorts that are uploaded through means other than the shorts camera itself can be surfaced in so many different ways, I would suggest using your common best practices for these videos until that feature changes in such a way that no longer makes sense for us. Think of it this way. If you were trying to create a video to do really well in suggested, would you be offended if that video did really well in search? Would you try to do things intentionally to make it not perform well in search? I would suggest that you try to make content that does well in all traffic sources whenever possible. I would put a regular 16:9 thumbnail on that piece of content, so when that thumbnail is served in places like search or browse or suggested, your thumbnail is just as strong as any other content that might be served next to it, and doesn't have giant black bars on the left or right side of it. Then think about adding all the things you would normally add, like cards, end screens, links in your description, and links in your pinned comment to funnel the viewer towards another piece of content. If that content is served in the shorts player, then it'll be surfaced in a different way where it really won't make much of a difference to begin with. I think the thing you have to understand is YouTube is currently focused on trying to deliver shorts to mobile content creators using that very same shorts camera and player, but that's not the only way that you can create shorts. And understanding how they might be surfaced outside of the short shelf and how to use them effectively in your channel growth strategy can make all the difference. Make some quality content that actually means something. If you've ever been on TikTok, there are some great video editors out there who do amazing things in the span of a very short video. Treat these the same. Put the viewer first. If it's going to be a short video, make it a powerful video that has value to your viewers. And then it won't matter if that video is 15 seconds, 60 seconds, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or 12 minutes long. We have a target audience that we're trying to serve, and we're trying to make content that continues to serve that audience. If you're uploading shorts from somewhere other than the shorts camera, where you might think about modifying the way that you create the content is what you actually say in the short. Pointing up and saying click on this card to see something next really doesn't make a lot of sense, because if it's served on the short shelf, they won't see a card. Or pointing towards an end screen may not produce an end screen. But you can certainly point those viewers back towards your channel, and you can certainly try to encourage them with some sort of call to action when they're not viewing from just inside of the shorts player itself. Unless you have the feature in your YouTube mobile app that allows you to use the shorts camera that will upload content specifically for the short shelf, I would suggest that you treat it like any other upload that you might publish, keeping the fact that the short shelf as a traffic source is an additional layer of traffic above and beyond all the other traffic sources that you may already be accustomed to and optimized for. If you actually have the YouTube Shorts feature in your mobile app, please leave a comment down below and tell me what your experience has been. If you haven't tried uploading shorts and you don't have the Shorts feature on your mobile device yet, I'll leave a link down below explaining exactly how to upload a short so that it'll appear on the short shelf as well. Shorts? Who knew? Peace.